Long ago, there was a king who thought very highly of himself. He believed he was kind, fair, and wise. He felt that he always made the right decisions and understood every situation better than anyone else. The king had 3 daughters, and he loved them in his own way. One day, the king called his daughters and said, "Everything I own will one day belong to you. It is because of me that you are alive. Your past, present, and future are shaped by my will. I am the one who creates your destiny." The 2 elder daughters quietly agreed, not wanting to upset their father. But the youngest daughter, who was honest and brave, replied calmly, "Father, I don't believe that my fate is in your hands. I think I will make my own destiny." The king was shocked and angry. He saw her words as disrespect and a challenge to his power. He decided to teach her a lesson and prove her wrong. In his pride, he ordered that his youngest daughter be locked away in the royal prison. Many years passed, and the youngest princess remained in the dark prison, far away from the royal life she once knew. Her sisters continued living in comfort, enjoying all the luxuries of the palace. The king felt satisfied, thinking, "It is my command that put her there. Everyone will see that her fate is written by me." No one dares question the king. People in the kingdom began to believe that the youngest princess must have done something wrong. Why else would a father imprison his own daughter, they whispered. From time to time, the king would visit his youngest daughter in prison. She had become weak, but her spirit was still strong. Her eyes were calm, and her words were full of strength. She still believed in what she had said. The king, though proud, started feeling uneasy. He couldn't bear to see her suffer anymore. One day, the king visited her and said, "Your stubbornness makes me angry. If you stay here, I may lose control and do something terrible. I could even sentence you to death. But I'm a kind king, and I won't do that. Instead, I will send you away to live in the forest, far from the palace. That land is only for those who disobey my command. Since you did not agree with me, that is where you must go." The king's guards took the youngest princess to a thick forest near the edge of the kingdom. She was given no comforts, just the open sky, a stream for water, wild fruits and vegetables to eat, and a cave to sleep in. It was a hard life, but she did not complain. Day by day, the fresh air, natural food, and peaceful surroundings made her stronger and healthier. She started growing her own vegetables, made the cave into a cozy home, and lived simply but happily. She had no riches, but she had freedom, and that meant everything to her. One day, a traveler lost his way and stumbled into the forest. He was tired and hungry. The princess welcomed him, shared her food, and gave him shelter. Slowly, they became friends. Over time, their bond grew into love. The traveler decided to stay, and together they built a life. Other people who had been exiled from the kingdom also lived in the forest. The princess and the traveler, with the help of these people, turned the forest into a small village. They built homes, farms, and created a peaceful community. Years passed, and the village turned into a beautiful town. The people in the town loved the princess and her partner, and they chose them as their queen and king. Under their rule, the town flourished. News of the town's success and kindness began to spread far and wide. Eventually, this news reached the old king. Curious and confused, he decided to visit the place himself. When he arrived, he was shocked to see that the ruler of this thriving town was none other than his youngest daughter. She sat on a simple throne, looking graceful and content. Beside her stood a strong and kind young man, the same traveler who had once lost his way. The princess welcomed her father warmly. She gave him the respect due to a guest and a father. She did not speak of the past or blame him for his actions. She simply showed him what she had built with her own hands and heart. The king sat in silence, watching the people cheer for his daughter. He heard voices in the wind, as if the trees themselves whispered, "Every person creates their own destiny. No one else can write another's fate." The king finally understood. He realized that he had been wrong to think he controlled everything. He saw that his youngest daughter, through her courage and wisdom, had created a better life for herself and others. With a heavy heart and teary eyes, the king returned to his palace. He called his 3 daughters and said, "I once believed that I shaped your lives, but I was wrong. You each have your own strength, and your destiny is in your own hands." From that day on, the king stopped trying to control his daughters. He gave them the freedom to live their lives the way they wished. And he often told his courtiers, "No king, no father, no man can decide someone else's fate. We all build our own path." Moral: everyone has the power to shape their own destiny. Even when the world doubts you, your courage, wisdom, and actions can lead you to happiness and success. True strength comes from within, and no one else can write your story for you.